Hi.
Hello, and welcome to the Partner Panel. Get right to it, man. By the way, thank you, Menace, for joining us. I appreciate
Yes,
you
thank
coming. Last minute as well, but I
Yes.
appreciate you. And let's talk about this patch notes that they released last week real quick. By the way, guys, the reason why we didn't do a video last week is because these patch notes were so short. I just was not gonna make, like, we me and Bree to talk about it. And we're like, yeah, it's not even worth making a video, to be honest, to talk about
No.
two items and a little bit of balancing. So we're gonna include it here at the beginning of this one. Now
Yeah.
they added one of the gauntlets, right? The biological infuser.
Yes.
How do you feel about that name? Let me just ask you that real quick.
The infuser side of it, I like it because it literally has that little canister. It looks like it's infusing, whatever into your hand, So I like that. Biological, I mean, sure. I mean, I'm not, but
I
I
thought the name
like
was
how it fits
decent.
with the infuser. Yeah.
Menace, what do you think about this art, bro?
The art, I was literally just about to hit it. The art looks, I could tell they're getting more and more intricate with their art. They're trying to add, it's very little detail, but that little detail in a small visual for the store, it does matter. I'm liking it. It's coming a long way than just a standard gun looking item or a knife looking item. It's actually a gauntlet with this green tube of fluid pushing through or whatever.
Gavile or something.
Yeah.
So to go into details about the item, biological infuser, it will give you 55 physical power, 15 flat physical penetration. No surprise, it's a purple item, right?
Right.
250 mana, 10% cooldown reduction. I find it interesting that they actually put 10% cooldown, not 10 points of cooldown.
Yeah.
Do we know if that's a typo?
That's got to be a typo.
Because cooldown doesn't work on percentage anymore.
Right.
It's worth.
That's got to be a typo.
It's a whole new formula.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go under the assumption that that's a typo, and that should say 10 points of cooldown.
Yeah.
Because the cooldown system doesn't work off of percentages anymore.
Right.
But
just like it says 250 mana, it should say 10 cooldown reduction is all it should say. The percent sign should not be there.
Correct. And then also, so it costs 3,300 gold, which, I mean, you're getting mana, you're getting cooldown, pen, and power. Yeah, everything except the attack speed, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So it's not a horrible item for 3,300.
Getting health out of it, but like that's a lot. Which, okay, now let me talk about that.
Okay.
Right? You're getting a green vial, right? Green in this game means health, pretty much. Right? Green in almost every game means health.
True. It almost makes it feel like it's a lifesteal item of the sorts or something, right?
Or you get some kind of you get
health
something
back on hand.
like health, yeah. No, so some kind of health. Maybe even if you bought it and it gave you 150 health, when you just by putting it on, just some kind of health you'd think you'd get with it. So I think the vial needs to, the liquid inside of it needs to change color, because it literally makes you think health when you see that, and then you look at what it does. Nothing about health, right? I'm even looking at the passive. Is there anything with the passive?
Yeah, the passive. Health? No, nothing. So the passive, what it says on here: after casting an ability, your next basic attack within 10 seconds deals 100% of your base basic attack damage, plus 30% of the physical power that you've built as bonus physical damage. Can only occur once every 1.5 seconds. Okay. So it's cast an ability, basic attack. Cast an ability, basic attack. It's very similar to that blue item that we saw on the last update.
Right.
Is that normal
it's just
in games?
Basically pen.
Is that normal in games to literally have identical items, just different for different roles? In a sense, I mean, they're not identical, but I mean that's pretty much what
similar.
These are. Opposite, yeah.
Like literally that one was for mid. This one's for your Kaliri junglers. The ones that want to run purple. This is your purple builds. You have your blue builds.
Yeah, I mean, so sometimes like I know Smite hasn't been estranged in the past with doing something similar like that. Like, hey, we're introducing an item but mages are able to use this version of that item. You know, physical damage carries are able to use this version of that item, and tanks have their own version of the item that they could use. It's not unheard of, but the fact that we've seen, what, 2 waves of item that are arguably identical. We have the blinks, we have the gauntlets, you know what I mean? Just like variants of the same item.
Than that, actually, if we go back and really look at it, I just have to. I would
You
have to
think
take
so?
some
Might
time,
be,
but I agree
Go
with
ahead
you.
and
Like,
keep going.
quite
I'll look
frankly,
at the
as
items.
far as the art goes, if that vial had like some like red liquid in there, implying that you're also getting power out of it,
Yep.
that'd be kind of cool.
Because you're getting the mana, that 250 mana, like something, something different that doesn't make you think, health. Is all I'm saying with it.
I could see it. Just like a quick little feedback on it.
Right.
Worth mentioning also, there are a few bug fixes. They fixed an issue causing unique items that could be purchased more than once. That's a good fix. And then enhanced cognition fixed an issue where it was giving the wrong cooldown. I mean, that was a new item that got added. Maybe there was a little glitch as far as the cooldown. At least it wasn't anything too bad, and they were able to fix it fairly quickly, right?
Right.
Now, I'll be real. I feel so bad that Kaliri is on this page again, bro. Like,
yes.
But this is a good thing.
She's
though. This
public
is all
enemy
buffs,
number 1, bro.
This is a buff.
So, okay, worth mentioning. Yes. Well, in a way, right? Her ultimate got reduced, her passive got increased, and then base health and base damage got increased. But let's actually sit there and analyze.
That's all buff. Like cooldown reduction reduced, that's a buff. First jump increased to height by 60%, and second jump increased by 33%. That's a buff. Base health increased, that's a buff. Basic attack damage increased, that's a buff. Everything on here is a buff. Now, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying that this is what you needed or what she needed or what is the perfect answer to what needs to happen to her.
I'll be real. I thought she was just gonna get ignored until like a new map comes out or until they rework the vision system, and then at that point they start making changes. I just thought she was gonna get straight ignored.
They made a drastic change to her, which was needed in my opinion. I know I'm on the minority side of that. I know a lot of the Kaliri fans are really hating me right now, and that's fine. But she was definitely something needed to change. And they made that change, and it was very drastic until we get the vision system worked out. But by doing that, we now have to rebalance her, right? When she first came out, she was OP as hell, and they needed to balance her. And that's why you saw like 8 straight fucking balances she was hit, because they were trying to figure out where she needed to be and how fine tune her. Now they did this, and like, well, wait a minute, this isn't quite working out. So again, here for another balance, she's getting tweaked again. But they're trying to fix her till she can still be in the game until we get that vision system worked out.
How do you guys feel about them? Like, let's say the hero's in a bad spot, right? Like, let's say Kaliri. How do you guys feel about them just putting that hero in the back burner? She might not be the best hero, but not every hero has to be good, And then just kind of working on the other sides of the game or the other aspects of it.
What do you mean by in the back burner? You mean like take him out of the game?
That's
or
like,
do you mean
maybe priority in terms of what
just leave her as is. Just leave her as is for now. She might not be in a good spot. That happens with a lot of characters in MOBAs. An update comes out, meta changes. Some characters just aren't good. Maybe, just don't focus on Kaliri for a little while. Get the new map out, the new vision system, and etc. And then go back and look at her and be like, hey, tiny rework or let's adjust her now to the new meta, and now we're going to give her more focus. Because I feel like adjusting her now, when you're going to change the visions or change whichever word they want to use, the vision system down the road, and when there's going to be a new map, is all just like a little bit too premature. I mean, you're gonna make a lot of changes now, so you're gonna make a lot of changes by this time next year. You're gonna rechange the whole character, is what it feels like anyway. So
I get what you're
why
saying,
focus on
but
it?
Because the player base is that small. Because
You really think there's that many Kalari mains out there playing right now, bro?
you don't sit in Gen Chat like I do. Dude, when she got changed, dude, oh my gosh, the wall of people just bitching and griping about Kalari. Not this change, the one that she really like everything changed on her. Like a wall of
the major one.
So, and yeah, there's a lot of people that play like that love to play as Kalari, you know, and you know the problem is like it's a saying that I get told all the time, not all the time because like, but I got told all the time in the Navy. We'll say the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So
yeah, for sure.
So if you got people, you know, that are just in Gen Chat complaining about one hero all the time, they're the ones that are gonna get focused, right? And it sucks
to settle the fire, yeah,
that way, right? You know, and so, but if we had a bigger player base to where this wouldn't be an issue, that we could do that, like because that one person is 1 in a million. Obviously, I'm being drastic with my numbers, but my point's still there. Like, yeah, nobody would care, right? But this person's 1 in 50. Again, being drastic with the numbers, it's obviously a big deal.
It makes a bigger difference, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for the coughing, by the way, guys.
No, you're good.
I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it. Maybe it's just a necessary. I don't want to use the word necessary evil, but maybe it's just a necessity to adjust her because of the player base, like you said. Which, if anything, let's talk about the new patch. Menace, have you gotten a chance to read the new patch, by the way?
Before we get
there.
There.
Okay.
What's up?
With her and going on with what we're talking about, necessary new or whatever, and new patch, right? The new patch talks about what's coming. That's another thing that's going to happen. They're going to be pushing to get new people when this big patch comes, right? When 14 comes along, they're going to be pushing. So if they're going to be pushing for new people, you're going to want the heroes that you currently have to be in a decent state. You don't want somebody new coming in and liking the look of this character and then like, you know what, I want not like this character's broken or whatever, however it is, like, so you kind of want to get them into a better state than what they're at, hence the little tweaks maybe. And so when the new people come in, like, okay, maybe she needs to be adjusted a little bit, maybe she this, maybe that, whatever, you know, but you're still in a better spot.
I mean, I could see it, right? It's just, I don't know, like I can't help but like kind of understand both sides, because I'm like, okay, so I get it. You want her to be in a better spot for when big changes happen. But at the same time, you might have to take some of those changes away, or you might have to change them more. Right. Like, you get me? Like, it's...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I definitely rather them just
Paragon,
do it all at once.
With Paragon
and get closer.
How many times was he taken away?
Yeah, but that was more of a Boris problem. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
my point is still valid though. Like, it's still there. Like, literally, this game is like Paragon in that sense. A AAA company is doing this, and they're taking like, hey, all right, now we gotta take you away. All right, now we gotta take you away again. Like, you're still doing all this, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's just struggles of game development, man. Like, regardless if it's a big company, small company, it's hard to do what's right when what's right is so subjective. You follow?
And it's always changing. Like, you'll never have a medium ground.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm laughing at our boy Menace here.
What?
Why?
Look at the bottom left corner of his cam.
Oh, my microphone came out?
No, left corner. Your bottom
his
left
shoulder?
Corner.
He's I know what he's laughing about. I know what
bottom
he's
left
laughing
corner.
About.
Literally can't get any more bottom left than that.
Hey man, I don't know about you, but I can only see what shows up on screen whenever he's talking. So
it's my work account. Give me a break.
Oh, the name you mean? Oh my god. Poor guy.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, you didn't change the title. Let me change that title.
I totally did. If you could change it, please. We're on episode 23.
I'm gonna change my name.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and start reading here what they mentioned in the new patch, right? And the new patch, not patch, no, excuse me, update in post. So they mention welcome to the community update, which I do kind of find it kind of funny that they have the title welcome and then they have a separate sentence, like
Right.
5 words saying welcome. Welcome to the community update. Oh, yeah, I totally would have just left it at one welcome. But the work on our next major patch and our first large-scale event is going very well. We plan to begin showing off more details about the patch, such as, but not limited to, AI gameplay, new screens, new animations, and more. We'll be updating the community about changes leading up to our announcement. For now, let's take a sneak peek of our new UI screens and dive into more information on our AI, along with a preview of upcoming items. So I just like the whole intro, to be honest. It's not a bad paragraph. Let's us know what they're talking about. They're like, hey, work is going good. This is the stuff that we're gonna that's coming, but it's not limited to this. I like that. And then they mentioned patch 14 event. So now here, I think they're actually going over the fact that I don't know if this is the event that they were referring to before that got delayed, or if this is just a brand new one, right? Or a combination of events, who knows? And
Possibly.
that patch 14 will have an event. So they mentioned after patch 13 was launched, we monitored our community in order to judge everybody's reaction. We saw how the changes made to the game had tremendous positive impact on how it played and felt. Vault will continue to improve with time, but with that said, we feel confident once patch 14 is released, our marketing team will advertise our game, more widely to the gaming community. As previously mentioned in our past blog post, patch 14 will bring 2 major systems the community has been asking for: mastery systems and artificial intelligence AI mode. With the mastery system in place, you will be able to work towards multiple goals such as unique skins and rewards for playing matches. The AI system will help our onboarding experience for players to familiarize with our game, mechanics, characters, and items before trying out PvP. In addition, the AI mode can be played solo or with your friends. By the way, I love that you can do AI solo.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys remember back in the day in Paragon, it was an option to do AI solo, and I just think a lot of people just don't want to deal with people when they're learning the game.
Yeah,
Right.
That's fair.
Like
I
a lot
also
of people
like
are just
that
like,
they
hey,
have
I
the-
want to learn the game on my pace. I don't want to deal with that. Like somebody might end the game before you want to, while you're still practicing and trying stuff, because they're like, oh, I gotta beat the bots, and it's like, bro, it's an AI. Relax. What are you gonna say, Bearded?
I also like the fact that they have the co-op side of it, like not just you join a match. Like I get what you're saying because you have the co-op, like you just join a match and then you're there with 5 actual other players, right? But you can have co-op side of it where you can actually join with, if you want to join with 3 teammates, or if I want to come in, I have 2 friends that are sitting there like they want to play AI mode because they're not good with the game yet. So I can join with them and kind of walk them through and show them around and do things like that. So I like how that they have that as well.
True. Now, let me just finish reading these sentences here, and then we'll talk a little bit about that too. So they mentioned we have lots of new content coming to the game, and we know you'll be excited to see. Leading up to the patch, we will continue to show sneak peeks and leaks before it's fully released to the public, along with new systems, major community event, UI overhaul, and new animations. We're overjoyed to see this next chapter unfold. Lastly, we will continue to keep you fully updated with our bi-weekly blogs and social media posts. Menace Fire, let me ask you real quick. What do you think new animations even means? Because I'll be real with you. They've said new animations way too many times before they even show us a picture to not try and bring it up to our attention. You know what I mean?
Okay, so when I hear new animations, I'm expecting to see maybe some new emotes, maybe new ways, maybe like the way abilities are activated or performed. Maybe different ways that minions interact with each other. Animations could be anything.
Yeah.
You just brought up a couple cool ideas though. Like, I'll be honest, they reworked the sound of the minions.
Yeah, they did.
Adding animations to the minions to where it's not just a random little minion. You feel me? Like, maybe like something cool added to those minions would be awesome. Or you brought up the fact that it could honestly be like not every single character that's been in the game has had a reworked animation.
Right.
Like we saw Chimera had got a few effects. We saw a couple other characters and stuff. Like Gideon.
Maybe Twin Blast's ult might be more prominent because even though they said, hey, this is what it looks like. I know me personally, I'm pretty sure Bearded 2, I still can't tell.
I just played him last night and I don't know when it ended. I could not tell when my ultimate ended. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ultimate or not. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I can tell I'm on cooldown, but just because I'm on cooldown doesn't mean it's done.
Right.
So I'm like, I've shoot, I guess. I don't know. What do we got?
Yeah, that's interesting because I tried Twin Blast out with the new animations. And I also have a lot more experience in Twin Blast, but I could tell that there was a difference. But what I saw, I just saw like they put like a red light on homie's neck, basically. Like he now glows red. So I was like, this is basically like the Murdock Weewoo, but it's just red while he's on. Right.
I think it's more like Grux's ultimate. Like when Grux goes in his ultimate, he glows. I think that's the exact same thing Twin Blast does. He just glows now. And it doesn't like when I'm not focusing on my character when I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm focusing on who I'm aiming at. So I'm not really looking at my character to see if I'm glowing or not. I'm looking at who I'm aiming at. I'm trying to attack the targets and move on to the next target. Right. So
I feel that like more of a physical visual indication as opposed to a lighting visual indication is what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, I've said it every time this conversation comes up about us, give me his fucking Gatling guns. Like have that fucking come out and let me hammer down on somebody for a little bit. I would rather have that.
Yeah.
It's interesting because they do have the animations there. And it doesn't have to be like OG Gatling gun, right? Or it doesn't have to be OG like can like bah. They could literally have it and still have their 2-shot system, but have some sort of animation where he physically gets altered. I don't know. I'm sure they could work with something.
Like
I guess maybe I'm biased and I just want the Gatling gun back. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't need the rocket launcher. I just want the fucking Gatling gun.
I like the rocket launcher personally.
I mean, I never played as a rocket launcher. I've only.
Right, I hated them both. Like Twin Blast was arguably, besides in the fridge Grim, Twin Blast was arguably one of the worst carries in the Paragon days. It was early and late because of his ultimate. What made his ultimate? Why because of him going to Gatling gun made him a bad carry? Because he is one of the only carries besides Murdock that when he was in his ultimate, he now had limited mobility. Every time he went into Gatling gun mode, I can't even do a 180 while I'm in Gatling gun mode. Like legit, I gotta shoot what's in front of me, strafe left and right. It was very limiting as far as mobility. And then the animation, you had to cancel out of it before you went into your normal autos. The Gatling gun literally did no damage. It was more of a, hey, they're like at one hit and they're too far. I'm going to use it to burn them down or poke them, right? And it just, the use factor, considering the risk, just wasn't worth it. Like if I'm kneeling as Murdock and I'm stationary, at least somebody's about to get chunked. You follow?
Right, but
So
that's a balancing thing. Like you literally can make it to where you're gonna do some fucking damage. Like if anybody's in front of you, shit's going down. It's a fucking Gatling gun. Like, I'm sorry, but if somebody's gonna put a Gatling gun in front of me, I'm getting the fuck out the way.
I'm not strong enough to do a 180 with a Gatling gun.
Yeah. I'm not either.
he said that's not me,
I'm
bro.
not either. I'm no.
I can't even carry it, bro. What do you mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I do get excited when I hear new animations because even the emotes, like seeing emotes that are working flawlessly, is dope. Right?
I would love
Right.
sound with the emotes. That's what I'm waiting for. They got a good amount of emotes, just no sounds.
Yeah.
It sounds with skins too. Like one of my favorite parts of playing Twin Blast was using that Summer Fun Twin Blast and having squirt guns while you were
Right.
shooting. Where now it's still a squirt gun with a normal bullet coming out. It's just kind of
Could
like,
that-
yeah, I'm not. You're not using
Could
that.
that
skin.
be the new animation?
No, I don't think so because that's more on the audio side. Right now, the
But
animation
if you're
could
seeing
be
water-
the bullet trail water come out based off of
Right.
a skin. That could be animations they're talking about, like
Yeah.
a bit like tier. What is it? Tier 2 and tier 3 skin or tier 3 skins and above start getting changing animations. Like for example, how Steel in his Aztec skin, his shield changed and everything. The design and the shape of it, little things like that, right?
Right.
So maybe we can only hope, right? So
I want to take a moment here real quick. Chat in here. We got Buddy Saying God said, how's Fault doing? A lot of progress made. And then also said, I really need to get a souped up PC. So I know, saying me and him played a couple games before Fault came out together. We know each other from streaming before. And he played Fault in the very beginning. And his little laptop wasn't able to do much with it. He was lagging a lot, or having a lot of lag issues. But he has not played since 13. So I'm really interested to see what his PC can do since 13, because 13 made things a lot easier for the PCs to handle. I'm not saying it's going to be great. You're probably still going to have to play on low settings, but you would probably be able to enjoy the game a lot better than what you remember that you initially played it as. And then you could obviously still play it, enjoy it, but work your way getting that souped up PC that you're talking about. So, but the game since you played, Zane, is insanely different. In my
you
opinion.
said since 13. That means before.
Yeah, he played like early access, right?
Okay.
like on release is what he's
On
saying.
release, he played with me like the week after early access came out. He saw me playing. He got it. Jumped in a couple games here and there with me, and then he was having issues playing. Wasn't able to wasn't able to enjoy it because of the lagging, or he was so far behind with a whole bunch of things. So
It's the worst, bro.
he's taking time away, but he's been keeping up on it. So yeah, no, it's completely changed since when you played. So up to 13 now, with that 13 being the biggest one, there's been some good stuff added, some good things changed with it. But
And who knows what
definitely something
other
to look into.
optimization changes might come down the road. You get me? That's
No,
always
I
worth
definitely
keeping in
think
mind.
They are, because they're going to tell you they're not going to, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not competing against Predecessor, but they are. We know they are. It's happening. Like, it literally is two games they're trying to compete together to come up as the number one para-zombie, we'll say, right? So, and as it is right now, Predecessor, you can have pretty much a potato PC and play the game and not have issues, right? And as in Sane's the case, he's got a potato PC and he's not able to play Fault. So they need to do optimization, things like that.
Yeah, by
Like,
all
I have-
means, especially by full release, when they
Right.
plan on opening up the floodgates,
Yeah,
having a better optimized game for full release will
Right.
widen the amount of people that are going to be able to play and enjoy it successfully.
exactly. Because you got those people who are just out there for the graphics, out there for the visuals. They're not really. I mean, yeah, the gameplay needs to be there as well. 100%, I agree with that. But you got like FPS nerds, and I don't mean first person shooter. I mean frames per second nerds that like literally they want to crank everything they can to get every frame per second they can get out of it. I'm kind of one of them. I'm trying to get my 144 that I'm able to get with my monitor, and I can't do it. Not with the setup they have. I want max settings 144 hertz. That's what I want to get. And I know it's not my setup. My setup's a pretty decent setup. So.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come down the road, but that would be nice to see. Like a little bit of prioritizing, maybe even hearing them saying, hey, there is going to be a little bit of optimization for patch 14 or whatever it may be, because being mindful, we are getting new screens, new loading menus. Who knows if we're going to get optimized map, if we're going to get optimized assets, because I can imagine.
Yeah.
But when you make a new menu, they probably have that in mind while making it, right?
Yep. This, in my opinion, too, though, also going off of what they're announcing here, I can't remember a time, and we've been doing these pretty much since they came out with these blog posts. I can't remember a time they've actually talked about advertisement. This
That's
was
true. They usually stray away from it.
Advertisement. This is like, hey, we're
That's
doing
true.
our blog post. It's only going to our website. It's being posted in Discord, and that's it. So the only way for the blog post to get out there was what we're doing here with the partner panel, and then putting on, now putting it on Twitch, now putting it on YouTube, or anybody else that's streaming it and can kind of put it on get with their communities to kind of see what's going on. And they put it in their social medias too, I guess. Like they kind of post it out there, but it's not like pushed as well, so this is their first time they actually said, hey, once we get 14, we're gonna start advertising. Like they literally came out and said it. That's huge. And it's nice because a lot of people are asking, hey, why not free to play? Let's do free to play. And in my opinion right now, like I want this game to succeed. I'm telling you, if you drop free to play right now, if we like shut the stream down, all of a sudden they've been announcement, hey, free to play, it's gonna hurt this game horribly because it's not in a state.
Yeah, I mean, I guess without diving too deep into that rabbit hole, it really just comes down to they would have limited success because the game might not be 100% ready, but a lot of players might find it to where limited success and limited growth is better than the small player base that's there right now for a lot of people. You follow?
Yes.
Which as a business, it doesn't make sense. As a business, you want to make sure that if you open up a restaurant, you want to make sure your restaurant's ready. Everything is set. You're good. Day one, no worries. Everything's in place, etc. But I also understand the cry for just wanting more people, because there are times where I just wish there were more people.
No, I completely understand that you want for more people. I'm on that same boat. I want more people too. Do not take me the wrong way when I'm saying this. I just want the game to succeed. I would rather have the game be a completely successful game for full release, and we blast, and we're just on top of the world, right? That's what I'd rather have that than to have an increase of 200 players right now, and a year and a half from now we're closing up shop because something happened, we're not able to go, right?
I get you.
And that's why I want to play the long game. That's what I'm doing, right? So take it like you said, a restaurant, right? You can open up a restaurant, like you just go down the street corner right now and open a restaurant. But if you know that you want to open an Italian restaurant, right? But you know that in a year and a half, a year to year and a half, there's also good. You already know that there's going to be another Italian restaurant right around the corner. Do you want to open before you're ready, or do you want to open when you know that things are ready to go? Because if you get that bad first impression, they're just going to go to the next one that opens up and give that one a chance. And then if that one has a good starting, they're just going to keep going to that one. That's going to be their number one from there on.
That's a good point. At the end of the day, you're going to need a Gordon Ramsay if you fuck it up the first time. For sure.
Yeah.
Yo, by the way, Menace, don't be afraid to enter intervene or jump into the conversation, bro.
No,
By
I'm
all
listening.
means.
You guys been in fault a lot more than I have, so I'm learning as you guys are talking. Because I haven't really been paying attention too much, just because I'm waiting for something big. So I'm learning as I'm listening to you guys.
You're good, and but you represent arguably a large portion of the community. The individuals that decided to take a step back, they're still kind of keeping tabs with it, but they're waiting for something big to come around the corner.
Yeah, like
Right,
I've been looking at the new screen image, and I'm like dissecting every single corner.
So
let's talk about it.
Let's get into it. So this new screen, the first thing that we see here, right?
You've been dissected. Let's go.
What's the first thing that pops out to you? Let's start there.
First thing that pops out, the levels under the characters. Very first thing, and that's because that Sparrow has that neon blue color right there that sticks out like a sore thumb.
So what does that mean? That neon blue, what is that?
To me, that means mastery to me. If every character has their own level, that means mastery to me.
That's what I think that is too. I
what
think
we
that's
figured,
a diamond. That's a diamond Sparrow. That is a silver Quang, and that is a gold steel, is what I'm getting from that. Yep.
Yeah, that off the rip looked very interesting to me. I don't think I've ever seen a last played heroes prompt 2 like this on the menu.
No, that's new.
Yeah, well, in general, what game have you seen that does that? I like that.
I haven't seen any game that does anything like that. I would literally have to recall mentally what was my last played hero, but
I wonder what order that goes in.
Because
Sparrow
they
the
have
last one?
They have buy. How can your last character be something?
Because think of Paladins.
There's free rotations.
Right, free rotations. So if that's your, so you can still buy that character if you want to at that time.
But there's no progress recorded because you don't own it yet.
Because you don't own it.
Right. But I mean, was Sparrow the last one, or was Gideon the last one played? That's what I'm wondering what way that goes.
I don't know, bro. I feel like if we're reading from left to right the words, we should read the pictures from left to right too.
I mean, I agree with that. I don't know. That's not always the way things work. But the one thing that pops out to me, the very bottom, match found. You click play or cancel, so you don't just instantly get put into a draft. You actually have to click play and get put into that draft. So then that way you're ready. So if you get up and you're
that worried me.
No, I like it because I hate, there's so many times you go into a draft and then you're sitting there waiting, and then so-and-so was off taking a piss because they thought that the queue times are always taking so long. I got plenty of time to go piss. And they
didn't ready up.
And they come back and they didn't ready up. So then now the draft dodge. Now I got to wait through this whole thing again. So now that waiting, I love it. Paladins does this. I know there's another game that did this. I think even Paragon did this.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I like it if as soon as a match is found, like it automatically brings the game to the foreground, right?
Yeah.
Like in a lot of games, as soon as a match is found, you either hear a very, very loud audible cue or it'll just bring the game to the front. I don't like how small that is at the bottom, because I could literally be sitting here messing with the top right with the friends and trying to invite people. And if I got for some reason, if I have that specific sound cursor turned down, I'm relying off of this tiny little bar down below, where in a lot of games, you'll see the entire screen blurs out, and then in the center, it'll be like, hey, you got a match, right? League of Legends being one of those, for example.
Yeah. There's definitely got to be a loud audible sound that like let you know, boom, and especially because you see that sword and the little fucking things coming out from side of it. It's almost like slamming that sword down. Bam, we got a match. Like something needs to happen. There's got to be a noise that says, hey, boom, match, click play.
Something else I noticed was the very top right corner. I see the little friends icon, the social icon, but what looks to me to be like a whisper, maybe
like DMs.
Is that what that looks like? It says 2 out of 4, so I don't know what that means, but that's what I took from it.
See, when I look at that, at the 2 out of 4 in my eyes, that just tells me that out of the 4 conversations you've been having, you have unread messages in 2 of them.
2 of them.
Right? Imagine the person that literally never closes a conversation. Oh,
So
2 out of 137. Dope.
So I think there's that. So what you're basically, it's the 2 of you. I agree with you. I'm going to combine the 2 of you things. Like it's literally, you can have conversations in this, in the main menu now. Like it's not just, so you can have main menu chat. It's not just in the game, in draft, and then in game chat. So I think you have that now.
I'm going to intervene here and say, I agree with you, but I don't think that's it, because you notice in the 3 and 5, the party button,
yeah,
there's a notification in there as well. Why would there be a notification in the party icon?
Because
you got
an invite to a party.
I think you can click on that and see a message as well. Or unless they just throw a message like a overall lobby chat on like a corner of the screen that's not on there or something.
Yeah, I think that's a party invite. I think that's what that is. I think that's like if somebody like I loaded up and Menace has already got a party. Menace sends me an invite. I'm gonna get that notification over there.
Or
Papa Brennan.
Or maybe 3 out of 5 friends online.
No, that's your 5 because
technically
you could be.
It could be. It could be just a total friend list letting you know how many are online.
It could be
because you see a party here with only 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Which or I mean, weirdly enough, I don't know why that Countess picture is second on the list. Like the OCD inside of me is driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Why isn't that all the way on the left or all the way on the right, bro?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it needs
Who
to be
the hell
one or
gave
the
her
other.
slot number 2? I'm just it just drives me crazy.
Something's messed up there because I think that is your party. It just makes sense to me, and I could be wrong, but I mean I see what you guys are saying. I mean it's possible that it's the other way around, but I think that is your 3 of 5 party, because I don't know, it just doesn't make sense, because I don't know, that's a lot of people to deal with there if you get more than
like a lot of numbers in there if you start adding a bunch or whatever.
Yep.
I mean it could be, I don't know, because this could very well just be snipped together. So we don't know if this is like all at once, because, for example, the last played heroes, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell that the background around that border of last played heroes was different whenever that picture was taken. Like if you zoom in, and I'm going to do this here for the stream, if you zoom in, you can clearly tell there was a different background there before, and somebody just kind of cropped it and placed it in.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Now, in my eyes, either that's just them making it easier for maybe like Photoshop's sake, or
I don't see what you're saying. I mean, watching the stream, I'm watching the zoom in. Like I don't see what you're talking about.
You don't see that there's an outline that's just like different colors in the back. Now, quite frankly, this could honestly
it's
just
on
be
the daily too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's arguably on almost it's on everything that's in the center of the screen, but the edges and stuff like that doesn't have it. So, is this just like a frost effect that they're doing? Could be.
I mean, I don't know. Okay,
but
possible.
But anyway, one of the things that I severely liked, the simplicity and the design of it, is that notification up top, letting you know servers will be shutting down for maintenance. That is so simple, doesn't have to be too flashy, and it's got a little bit of flair to it. Like in the corners, they add a little bit of the design there. I like that. I think that's a nice touch.
I just noticed something new, and there's something I already noticed before that I want to point out, right? And I'll start with the one that I started before, and then we'll remind me about the new.
Okay.
The casual custom matches, right? Unlocks at level 5. Is that a hint to the new people that they have to play AI modes until they reach level 5, and that's when they can start playing?
So here's my thing on that. I know for a fact that they've mentioned that and new players are going to have to do AI matches.
Yeah, it said in this patch.
Yeah,
it says it in this
beforehand.
update. I mean, not patch. It says in the update. Yeah.
Yeah. Now my thing is, I'm okay with that saying it unlocks at level 5, like it's locked, you can't click on it, right?
Right.
I'm also okay that if you look closely, whenever you click on it, because it looks like home, where even though quite frankly, I feel like this should be under play, right? I don't know why home is selected and it says play PvE, play PvP. Definitely should be under play. So I don't know if that's just like, again, like a Photoshop thing, or if they're, you know, like I honestly feel like they designed it and then they're messing stuff up on purpose just to fuck with us. Like this whole Countess being number 2 slot. I promise you there was a picture there and they took the picture out and replaced it.
I think what it is the fact that they've already hit play. They've already clicked on what they wanted to do because the match has been found. So they're showing you that they're just keeping that bottom bar down there. Says you picked PvP and PvE or whatever. Like you're looking for a match and match is now found. They're letting you know, hey, match is found. Like, wait, what did I pick? Like match found, PvP. Okay. Wait, no, I didn't want to cancel. I wanted PvE. And it's there because you're now on the home screen looking at whatever else. So that is there to see what's going on.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. I just 100% think that this video, like this was a picture that was taken, and then they started changing shit around. Because like again, like what if there were 3 out of 5 people in the lobby, but there's a avatar there that they don't want to show yet, and they just replaced it with the plus sign.
Yeah,
you feel me?
And then our little hypothesis would be incorrect.
If you're gonna replace it with a plus sign, why would you just replace it with another avatar? An avatar that we already have.
Because it's easier to copy paste what's already on the screen. I don't know.
But that's not even a copy. Like
What's
you're already
other thing that you noticed?
The other thing, let's move on.
Yeah, what was the other thing?
Yeah. The weekly challenge. Season Pass 0 holders receive 1 extra reward.
I didn't even notice that. Wait a minute.
Wait, it says claim reward. You never used to have to claim it, or I thought it was automatically given to you if you completed a challenge.
It was, but apparently now it's interactive. Like you click on it and you're able to claim it.
Claim it. I wonder if
I mean, that's kind of cool.
because,
so you know you're getting it instead of just randomly getting it. You know,
because it all gets accumulated on that fine when you come back from a match. And it's that end screen pops up and it's bam, you get a number. You don't know if that was from the reward that you got or if that was from the match experience that you got. You know, so this way when that end screen pops up, hey, bam, that's the experience I got from the game. Oh, I also completed this reward. Let me claim that. Bam, add that to it. You know, so it kind of adds that, so you can kind of like math up. Like, all right, I did all that. That's how much I did. You know. I get it. It makes sense. I like it.
Wait, do you see how the top challenge is play 2 games in support, and the one that's just finished is play 2 games in support?
Yeah,
that's another Photoshop.
That's a copy and paste.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like a lot of these, I think they're just showing us this is what it'll look like when it's in progress. This is what it'll look like when it's claimed. I don't think that some of the things on this screen are like just like this is exactly how it's going to work. Because again, I don't think while home screen is while the home tab is selected, you're going to see the play PvP option.
Yeah.
Play of the day. You get points for being play of the day. How do you do that?
Where do you see that?
That's the very bottom one. That's very bottom reward. Be the best player in the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that like be the MVP basically.
So now they don't have that right now. That's something. So
that implies that there's going to be some sort of system where somebody can get voted the best player.
Yeah. Is it voted or just how it is? Because I know when we played Genesis, it was whoever played the best, they got the MVP. There was no voting system in Genesis, right? So you had MVP and you had
the
SVP,
best KDA,
like secondary,
KDA.
Right? It pretty much best KDA is what it was. So
maybe it could be either or.
Yeah.
But that's cool if somebody's labeled the MVP of the game. Now I totally noticed that game is not spelled right here, so that's driving me crazy too,
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna let it rock. I was like, no,
That says Gav me. I want to be the best player in the Gav me,
Gav me.
please. Sign me up.
Yeah.
The weekly
Speaking of
challenge is cool.
animations, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. What were you gonna say?
Speaking of animations, I wondered there'll be an animation when you claim a reward, like 100. I don't know what that is. The matter coins will
Mhm.
float up to your total or something like that. It could be.
I see you like
animation.
claim it and
Yeah.
just like some little flair in there.
Yeah.
I do find it interesting that the matter, well, what I'm assuming is the matter icon, right? Is
Yeah,
the
the
like a
blue.
coin with a line across it. I find that interesting.
Okay.
I don't like why. I don't know. It looks like Saturn. Anyway,
It does.
if you look at here, I want to go back to what you mentioned. Season Pass 0 holders receive 1 extra reward. Now I'm curious: are they rewarding individuals that had the last Season Pass, or will this be populated with the current Season Pass? Season Pass
Right.
Season Pass 4 down the road. Everybody that has a Season Pass will receive 1 extra reward.
Why not both? Why not both? Why not before the next season pass, season 1, right? Because that's the next one that comes up. I mean, unless we're gonna count in some weird number that I don't understand. But
Okay.
why not until that happens? Season pass 0 holders. Hey, thanks for being a pass holder. Thanks for helping us out. Here's something a little extra, right? And
then just swap it to 1.
And then when 1 happens, you start a trend with it, like now. And it people, because then you have the people like, well, fuck, I wish I would have got season pass 0, And then when season 1 comes out, it's like, hey, I'm getting season 1 because I want that little extra flair that I get.
Extra oomph when season 2 starts. Yeah, I mean, probably what they're gonna do. Something similar. If not, it's a good idea.
Well, season 0's ended. They already
season
ended
0 ended back in December, bro.
Did it?
Well,
Yeah, season 0 ended back in December, and they just haven't done another one since then. Like the whole ancient times, ancient theme. We never really found out the official name. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Once we got everything off of that season pass that they alluded to, that was when it ended. So.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you guys: how do you guys feel about since we're on the subject of season pass? How do you guys feel about season passes being progression based as opposed to season passes just being like, hey, this you paid for the pass, this month you get this reward, next month you get the other reward?
I prefer the latter, because
you prefer just like, hey, like I paid for the pass, I know I'm gonna get something every month or whatever,
because I don't always have the time to grind out and get that stuff. So, and I mean, I get that's what you want as a developer. Business wise, it doesn't make sense. You're talking about a battle pass compared to season pass is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, and a season pass works better for me personally as a consumer, because the fact that I know I put this money down, I know what I'm getting. I'm getting everything that I put that's going into it. Battle pass, I can put my money into it. I have to grind. And as you know, with my work, and everybody knows that watches the partner panels, there's times we miss partner panels because my work, I'm grinding. Like I can't play all the time. So if I put money down for it, I'm getting nothing out of it. I just wasted however much money the pass is. So I prefer the season pass side of it.
I prefer the complete opposite. I prefer the battle pass, especially at this stage in the game where I said before, I can't remember whose video it was, but I said the reason why I stopped playing because I feel like I have nothing to grind towards right now. There isn't masteries. There isn't like really anything for getting higher levels. So maybe just introducing that battle pass could alleviate some of that pressure of having that feeling to grind something.
But everything you just said
there will be
is coming,
I was about to say masteries are coming and all that. So with masteries in the game and all that, do you still feel like battle pass would be what you would prefer? Because you already have the grind.
Me personally, I will. Because masteries is just skins. At least with the battle pass, I know it'll be as something additional. Whatever.
Like avatar award, whatever.
Yeah, that's just my preference.
I mean, who's to say they can't have both down the road? But that would just mean they need to increase their production
output.
of content. Yeah,
Yeah.
their output of content for sure.
Yep. All right, now let's talk about this background, because that background is not in the game. That
Very
that
good
is not
point.
in the game. So
That looks like a jungle
is that
camp.
new map style. What do we got there? What's going on?
I just know that I want everybody to pay close attention. Zoom in if you can. I'm gonna zoom in for people on stream. We see a super tiny Grux in the middle of a camp, giving that background scale.
Is there a Grux?
Grux is right behind the word custom.
Yeah,
You can see you can see his cleaves on the left side, his feet right below, or his hooves, or whatever the hell they are, right? So giving that entire picture scale, look at how big those arches are next to Grux.
Right?
Yeah.
Now my question is this a sneak peek at the new map? Or is this just a new menu screen? Which we know that the previous menu screen was not in the game.
Right.
So it's perfectly possible.
Perfectly possible.
Does it look like a jungle buff next to the custom panel right there? Does that look like
on the right
shrine?
side?
Yeah.
So that shrine statuette, I guess you could call, is literally just plastered all over the current map, not just on the shrines. And you actually see two of them there. You see a bit like a smaller one and a bigger one. So I'm assuming that's just like design. But, you know, just like that's what they chose to do, just to add a little bit more flair. But I do like the amount of foliage that's in this picture, quite frankly.
Right. Yeah, because when we first got Fault, there was a good amount of foliage, and then they did a optimization situation, and it changed the look of the game. Cut back on
some of that.
Yep. So, so does this go back to our optimization situation? Because if they're going to bring all this foliage back, right? Is that going to change?
Will it run smooth? And will the menu run smooth? Actually, will the menu be capped? Is a question that I'm asking myself.
Yeah.
Like, will there be an option to cap the menu at 30 FPS, 60 FPS, depending on my computer? Do I want my computer running that hard when I'm just sitting in the menu? Because I can only imagine this is all going to be animated. Whatever hero we select is probably going to be back there. Because just like we have right now, the option to zoom out or zoom in, I think this is zoomed out.
Yep. Makes sense.
Now, let's actually move on here and talk about the item arts. They mention our game design and art team have been hard at work pumping out new items each patch. Today, we'd like to provide a preview of some of the new items that will be releasing in future bi-weekly patches. Now, we just talked about this, the fact that we had a couple waves of all the items being very similar. Now, we have a vest from the green category. We have a weapon from the purple category, a sword from the purple category, and then I'll let you guys tell me what the hell this is, because I want to say an axe, but it also might be some sort of weird Assassin's Creed gauntlet looking thing that's pointed downward.
It looks like those are strings hanging there. I think it's an amulet. It literally looks like something like you kind of hang around your neck.
I'm
Maybe.
getting Halo vibes.
Yeah, right. That looks like the Halo sword, doesn't it?
Yeah, never played Halo, so possibly.
Okay, that's a different conversation.
I never played it, but I know the Halo sword. It's too iconic.
I'm a PlayStation guy. Halo's always been Xbox. Why would I play Halo?
I mean, touche. But so let's talk about this vest right here. You guys see the design? Have you zoomed in on it? All the intricate details on it.
Yeah,
I like it. Some sort of stone plate.
I've been thinking about what it could be, and I'm pulling different what's it called? Different vest ideas from different MOBAs. So we already have the AoE dot vest. We have the not like Bramble from League, but it has the anti-heal once you get hit.
Oh, the blighted. Yep.
Well, what's some other green vests in the game? Help me out here.
Well, you have the mantle, the U mantle. It's not a vest, but the energy armor.
The mantle. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to think like what could
you got
it be
Warlock's Aegis
based on other green shield looking items.
Sort of on green. So yeah, Argius Cataphract. And that's it. That's all of your your shielding ones, right? So Argius Cataphract, Bladed Chestplate, Unyielding Mantle, and Baleful Armor are the 4 that we have in green right now. Just green I'm talking about. Plates. So
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've been trying to think of what other green tanky items that they could come up with. Because I've been playing a lot of League of Legends recently, and they have a very intricate item shop.
Besides Argius Cataphract, this is the probably, I don't know.
The what?
I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for. It's like the design is great, right? But like there's nothing going on, right? In Blighted Chestplate, you can see the aura of fucking like toxins or whatever, right? In Baleful Armor, you're seeing the fucking spikes. Like, hey, you get close to me, you're getting hurt, right?
So
and Unyielding Mantle, you see the aura. It's like a little, it's literally a cloak or whatever, but you're seeing some stuff going on. In here, you don't see anything. So it literally, to me, all I see is basic armor.
yeah, I mean, I'm getting Greystone vibes. Like maybe it's just armor that just. Maybe it's armor that literally just gives you a hell of a lot of armor. Maybe there's no crazy passive effect, but it's just a good armor item, you know?
Right.
Maybe.
Or even if the passive, it does give you a passive, what if the passive's just like a boost of armor after getting to
stacking armor after you get hit so many times?
Yeah, stacking armor, or if you get below 30% health, all of a sudden a stack armor, kind of like almost like you're playing solo
like
lane,
Rook.
but you don't. Yeah, like Rook. Yeah, but all of a sudden you get that like a little boost. Like here you go, stacked on top, something like that. And nothing about, like I'm saying, I'm just like the visual effect about it doesn't scream something to me right now. I'm only seeing basic. Now, when we get to see what it is, I'm interested to see what they come out with, because like everything else, like I said, when that Blighted Chestplate came out, we're like, oh, look at this.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what it's gonna do besides armor. I get that.
Right. And like I said, I'm not trying to downplay what this is, because it does. Like I said, the art on it is great. Like you said, it's very intricate. Like you could, like, there's some detail in there. Like even in that dark brown up by the neck, you can still tell there's some detail in there. So it's a great art piece, but nothing about it compared to the other.
I'm calling it now, and it's on record. It's probably going to be a tier 2 that builds later on into a tier 3.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so, because it's green. The background's green.
Green background. The tier 2s, if you go back to if you still have it up, if you go back to the patch notes, the tier 2s, like the enhanced cognition, is a gray background.
They'll have gray background. Yep.
God damn it. You guys blew my confidence.
He said, out.
A brother could dream.
Now, moving forward to the purple gun, this purple Tron looking orb in the back, Tron in the front. I'm digging it.
It scares
me. I don't mind that one. It scares you? Why?
Because whenever I see any gun looking item that's not red, I picture Grim using it or Muriel using it, and they're abusing it. That's what I picture every single time. Like when Magnus crossbow came out, and I just started seeing all Muriels using it solo lane. It made me very unpleasant with how it was being used and stuff like that. Okay. I'm saying they can't use it, but I'm not trying to go against a Muriel that's autoing me to death. It's very annoying.
Well, be mindful too. Usually the purple faction is heavy on the pen side.
Right.
As opposed to power, right?
Right. So this is, it really helps with build diversity. It's great in the mind. If, we're just looking at, like, obviously we don't know what it is, but just looking at, as me and Windu both being dual lane mains, mainly ADCs, will help us be able to build, like, especially Windu. Windu loves to start off with the Phantom Blade, with his builds. So if he builds Phantom Blade, now he's got another purple item that he has potential to build into. So then he can even put even more of his favorite points into his purple aspect, instead of just always going purple red and putting it all into the red, because you're only building one purple item. What's the point of really building into that? Right. So
I mean, it might be a new starter item for me, because I'm just a guy that likes building pen as my first item. This is
Right.
what I do in
What?
MOBAs.
Would you say?
So-
Do you think the items are?
Would you build pen
Uh,
15 times?
Would I?
Yeah.
I mean, depends. I think I did it before. I think I did it on the Grux build. I was
15
like full pen.
times.
I did like a full pen Grux. It was like one of those days I was just trying new stuff out. But what I was gonna say, do you think the
If
items
you get it, comment down below if you get it.
I didn't get it. Like apparently
I
this
didn't
man
get it.
just tried to
Did he
do.
say another joke? Like
I
the
don't know.
other
This man
day?
tried to do a joke right over my
When
head,
I asked
and
him-
I don't
asked him,
know.
I was like, "Hey, you play Smash?" He's like, "No, I only played it once or twice." And
I don't know.
He wasn't talking about the game at all.
Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to say. I'll be real with you. But
Just
I'll
say-
be
just say
honest.
you both a DM.
Okay. All right. We'll check it in a bit. But we do see what, in my opinion,
God.
could be updated art to Phantom Blade. If not, we got a cousin up in these streets now.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
very true.
Because
Well-
this, tell me this doesn't look like Phantom Blade. I'll call you a liar.
This looked like Phantom Blade Big Brother. Phantom Blade ain't this big.
With Phantom Blade with spikes, the great sword. Oof.
Yeah, this thing has sigils written all over it.
True. I do like it as far as art goes. I like
Yeah.
it.
Well, what I was trying to say earlier was, do you think there's a equal amount? I don't know if equal amount is what I want to say, but equal amount of every aspect for the item. So there's like enough red, enough green, enough purple. Because me personally, I feel like there's not so many purple as there is everything else. Well, what do you guys think?
I think you're probably right on that one. I'll be real with you. I think purple and maybe white for the supports are the most lackluster ones because it's very hard. Think of it like this: if you're designating purple to be a pen heavy faction, what do you put in there except pen messages? I mean, pen items, excuse me. Like instead of just every item giving you penetration in purple, what else do you put in there? At least with blue, you have energy power and you can do a lot of it. A lot, you get me? Like a lot of actives, etc. Red, physical power. Green, health. You can do a lot that goes along with health. But then white is support. That gets more complicated. Purple is penetration. You're gonna give everybody penetration, you know, like, or not everybody, every single item under purple. So you're gonna have like 15 items that are penetration under purple, and so it gets a little bit trickier, and they have to tread carefully and introduce items probably at a slower pace, but a more creative pace, if that makes sense. That's what I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. Before purple starts looking like too much red or whatever the case is, you can't just keep putting power and pen. And I know there's already some red items like that, where they proc some sort of pen or whatever the case is. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Now, let's go ahead and look at this next item, because again, I have no idea what the hell this is. Kind of looks like a staff now that I zoom into it. What do you guys think this is?
All of our guesses have been pretty good. And I can see the necklace portion, the sword port, the halo sword looking thing. Now that you said staff, I can't unsee it because I see the base on the very bottom.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I
Are
see.
you, Bearded, you still stuck on necklace?
No, I mean I'm not stuck on necklace. No, I mean that's what I see, and that could just be like, so if you go back to the sword real quick, that sword having the little fucking wispy like electrical shit coming out of it might be whatever it is. Kind of that could be like something similar to like kind of showing the magic side of this. So it definitely could be. I don't know.
I mean,
yeah,
we know
it's
it's
kinda
blue,
like,
so we know it's
I'm gonna
energy
say-
power.
Right. So it could definitely be like an axe style, like a double-sided axe.
But a double-sided
but-
axe in the energy power side, I mean, I guess it's not impossible.
Well, I mean,
Right.
yeah, like think of Thor with his hammer or with his axe. You know, like he's definitely energy power with his lightning. But I mean, like it just
Okay,
the
touche.
way I look at it though, like there's not like how many melee blue characters are there?
One.
I mean, Quang. Quang,
Right.
you got Sevrog. So
Sevrog's more green, but yeah, I guess he does have a build of blue.
His
Oscar,
autos are physical.
but I'm
too.
talking about like when I'm
It's-
talking about somebody who builds
all
blue,
autos are
like
physical.
Quang is one, but I mean like I'm like you're not gonna build straight blue on Sevrog. You know what I'm saying?
I see-
That's what I'm saying.
I see
that's what I'm
suggestions
saying.
in the chat. Maybe it's energy power combined with pen.
True.
I mean, it could be. It's
An ener- It's probably just an energy pen item. To be
Yeah,
honest,
could be.
because it implies a blade, it implies energy, electricity, and actually, I just noticed there's electricity on this item. You guys see that?
On the edge of the
Like
glow.
on the edges of the blades, and if you actually look at these little whirlwind kind of looking things, there's electricity on there. So I don't know. Maybe it's gonna have to do with attack speed.
Who knows?
Sorry, I'm just trying to ban these bots.
No,
that
you're
just hit
okay.
us real quick. So
You're okay, homie. Don't sweat it.
I guess time will tell for sure.
True. Now they also mention on here the 4 stages of the mastery skin for Chimera. Now we're known for dissecting these
Oh yeah.
mastery skins, right? What do you think, Menace?
Okay. So, what's the first thing I noticed? The teeth. The teeth to me stand out predominantly on Chimera, usually all the time. But I see the teeth on looks like 1 and 4 are relatively the same, and with only
Looks like
2
the
and
one with
3
white teeth and 1
yeah,
and
white
4.
teeth. Yep, and they distinguished them in 2 and 4. That's the first thing I noticed.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think the red teeth would have looked pretty gnarly, to be honest. Had that ravaging blood look to him.
Probably would have looked cool. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't help and sit here and wonder why didn't they do red teeth? They clearly had a theme going,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, the theme. They definitely should have went with the theme. They should have kept going for
Yeah.
sure.
And then notice on his backside, you could see that his shoulders, the blue lines turn into red lines on the mastery. But on the back of his head, there's no red lines. They're now black. They're painted in.
That's
Around the moon.
That's that movement thing. That's the timing
You
of
think
the
so?
picture. Yeah,
It looks.
Yeah,
if you were to zoom in on it, it still looks.
zoom
has
in.
that
You can
hint.
see the red on the
hint.
on the
right
on the
side.
edge, like on the like almost an outline. It's like a red outline. You can tell that it's going in.
Yeah, I guess you could kind of say that these are red.
Yeah.
So
you can
it's
see the
possible.
red outline. Yep. I think that's just a timing thing. It literally that's something we've been noticing the more we dissect them farther in.
Bro, you know what I totally noticed? And I know you're going to tell me I'm going to point this out. This Chimera looks dope. I love it. The
What?
mustaches look good on him because he's tribal. But this Chimera has mustaches everywhere. It's like they took the mustache and like, you know what?
All right.
Let's just
Enlarge it.
mirror it on the other side.
Enlarge it, turn it.
Here's something I don't like though. Right?
What's that?
Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Look at that
Okay.
H on the chest, right? And then
Okay.
stage 4, look at the H on the chest. Why is the H on the chest on stage 4 a lot skinnier? Like it's not as bold as the other ones.
I think that's a difference in contrast because contrast in a black background looks way different than contrast with a white background. I think that's what you're experiencing there.
Maybe.
Because with a black background, the
I'm looking at that left
comes
side.
into the
left,
foreground.
Look at that left side of that H, right? That's the straight like up and down. Like that is obviously skinnier than the other ones. It is
I don't know
obviously
about-
skinnier.
I mean, I don't know about obvious. I still think it's a contrast thing. Because, like I was saying, whenever it's a white background, you now bring the background into the foreground.
I mean,
And
I
it's
know
just,
what you're
they're
saying.
both side by side.
Me personally, I would like to see the feathers on his back. I thought they would have had some color to it.
Yeah, that actually. I wonder why. Like, they're not like the same color as the tier, like, you know, diamond feathers or, you know,
Yeah.
red magma feathers or whatever we're going to call this red color, right? I definitely think that there's room for opportunity there.
Right.
But I do like the axe. On a side note, I think the axe has the right amount of black, the right amount of the highlight color, right amount of white. I think that like the axe is probably one of the best looking, well-made parts.
I do like the axe. I agree with you. I like how the axe and the stage 4 turns to a black, and then you get the white straps that stayed the same. Well, it doesn't turn black. My bad. They're all black the whole way across. I just like it because it makes it just fits really well. What I don't like though is you have that white straps on the axe. You have the different color stripes on the pelt that he's wearing, right?
Okay.
You easily, the straps on his little, what do you want to call his boots that he's wearing, you could have changed the colors there up a little bit. You could have made that, you could have made that be the stage of the silver stripes and stuff like that. A little more that you could have done.
I don't know. I think because if you notice, you can tell it the most in the diamond one. But if you notice, his bandages on his arm are also gray. So maybe they just went with like, hey, he's got gray gauntlets on his arms, so he's got gray boots and a gray what's that called, a loincloth, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Or so maybe I just tried to synergize a little bit more, but I don't disagree. If that would have been gray with the red accent color, it probably would have looked cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do
I'm not
agree
mad at it.
So the red, it definitely should have been red teeth there. The fact that it looks like stage 1, it just doesn't.
Actually,
that or make stage 2, stage 3 be the same thing and have white teeth all the way across, like
to make it unison. You think?
Yeah.
Because I'll be real, like the white jaw with the white teeth, and then the red horns on the side. That's not a bad look.
No.
But I totally agree that it's just, I almost want them to be more unison across the board.
All right. Pause on the diamond one real quick. The diamond face. And now tell me that the song Nelly or the Grills by Nelly doesn't come to your face or come to your head and be like, smile for me, daddy. Let me see you.
No, bro. No.
Let you see my
Get
what?
Me out.
Yeah, your grills.
Oh my god.
So I know it might be far-fetched.
We're like in 2002 again.
I know it might be far-fetched, but something that I think will be pretty cool is when he does his Q or any ability where the shadow demon comes out of him, that those color would change too, versus it just being that aqua color all 4 stages. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome if they're talking about new animations and stuff.
Yep.
Imagine the animations being adjusted to match the master color. That would be huge.
Yeah.
What animation are you talking about again? Like, I'm trying to.
So like when
Chimera's ghost.
His ghost comes out, whether he's doing his ultimate or like mid jump, or when he's doing his the attack speed on his auto attacks.
There's a ghost that comes out when he does that stuff.
Yeah, you never see, like blurs out a little bit and it does that.
But when's the last time you played Chimera?
When's the last time you had a Chimera in your game? I know you had a scene.
No. He's had a Chimera. So when's the last time you played Chimera, Bearded?
I can't tell you the last time I played him, but I can tell you how many times I played him. 12 times.
That's probably when the game first.
How about back in the day, in the Paragon days? You ever played him?
No. I messed with him, but my roommate, her boyfriend, actually preferred playing as him, and I never understood the jungle pathing. I'm like, I can't do this. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. So
either way, this answers a lot of questions. But yes, he has an aura that comes off of him, and it's his.
What questions does it answer?
That you don't play Chimera.
No, that's not a lot of questions. That's a question.
But yeah, he has that aura that comes off him, and it's always that aqua color.
I mean, I saw like some shit going on, but I didn't know it was a ghost. I didn't know like.
Yeah, one of his emotes is him fighting with his ghost and swatting at it.
No, I know that.
Swatting it away.
I do know that. They did that in the trailer they made when they were teasing Kalari. You know, because it was like she's walking around, and he's like, you know, doing that shit, and he's like, hey, get over here, or whatever, you know. He grunts whatever.
Bro, that's
he says.
Scorpion.
That's Mortal Kombat.
Wrong game.
Wrong panel.
Well, he says something. I don't. It's been forever since I watched that video, but he says something. You know, there's no voice lines in the game right now, so it's not like I can remember it because I just saw it.
But I think their progress on the skins, the mastery skins, are looking dope. I'm still waiting for the moment where they just drop us like 3 mastery skins at a time, right?
Yeah.
In a patch,
Because
or an update, you mean?
no, I'm in an update, yeah. Because here's the thing: keep in mind, we still got, I don't remember the number, like 7 mastery skins that haven't been shown, something like that. And does that mean it's going to be 7 more updates until it releases, or are they going to release for patch 14? Because they're talking a lot about event 14 stuff coming around the corner. So that's what I'm saying. Like, are they just going to show us the rest of the mastery skins, or are they going to keep a few and wait? Be like, hey, you're going to have to wait and see them in game if you want to see those.
Comment down below what you think is going to happen. Do you think they're going to wait until we get to see all mastery skins one at a time, the way they've been doing it? Or do you think they're going to push all of them? Or do you think that they're going to drop 14 and we're going to see the ones that we haven't seen for the first time?
I will say, I know I will be bummed out if they show me this screen on this blog post, and by the time the screen comes out and the master skins aren't there, I'll be bummed out. So that leads me to believe that maybe some of them they won't show, just to still have that wow factor.
It'd be kind of cool if they don't, to be honest. I wouldn't be mad against it. It's just one of those things that, I don't know, I'm picky. I either want to know that I'm not going to get to see a few, be like, hey, you know what? There's a few you won't get to see until the update comes out. And I'm like, fuck, but I get it. Right?
They have shown a lot, though. They've shown quite a few.
They've shown probably like 3/4 of the mastery skins by now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can go through and count them real quick. I have to remember if we saw them or not. But all right. So Molo says, I hope we don't have to wait that long. That would mean that we have still a lot of time before 14 drops. And that's a good point.
If they drop one at a time, correct. Which is the perception that they're giving. So if it is going to be sooner, I would like to see some indication that it's going to be sooner, right?
All right.
Instead of making me believe that it's going to be one mastery skin per 2 weeks. If we got like 7 left, that's 14 weeks. And I'm like, bro, like I'm pretty sure it's not going to be 14 weeks until patch 14 comes around the corner, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I would just like some clarity from Strange Matters as far as, is it going to be, like, give me a time frame. Am I going to see patch 14 before the seasons? Am I going to see patch? Dude, you know me with time frames.
Stop it.
Am I going to see time?
And you know SMS with time frames. It doesn't happen. You think they exist. They think they don't exist. It does. The two of you don't mess with that. You're oil and water.
I know.
When that happens,
I know.
okay?
I know. I know. I completely know this by now, but it's just again, like, I don't even know. I'm sure they know. Yeah, but I'm sure they know the perception that this is giving one mastery every 2 weeks, that either they're going to release the patch with the mastery system and not show them all.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like, so this wasn't the intention. The whole point of showing this master skin was a blog post filler, was to give you something to look at, was to like, hey, you want a blog post every week? Because that's what they started at. They started every week doing a blog post. So they needed a filler. So here we go. Here's a master skin you can look at. Let us know what you think. That's all this was. And now that we're getting to the end of the character base, you're wondering, now wait a minute, we know 14's coming soon. We're also knowing that the character base is coming soon. The end of it, like how many we've had, which one comes first, the chicken or the egg, is where we're sitting right now.
Yeah, but I mean, call me optimistic, but I also think that they've matured and gotten so much better as a company.
Call you optimistic.
I hate you. I hate you. But no, but think about it.
That's my
Strange-
job. I'm the optimistic one.
No. So think about it. We're ever since Fall went into early access, we're about a year and 2 months deep, right? They've
I've never been that
matured.
deep.
I can't with you. They've matured a ton since early access. They've learned how to run better as a
100%.
company.
100%.
They've gotten more organization, more structure. They've
Right.
gotten better systems in place to be able to produce content. Like you said, they started with the weekly, then they went to bi-weekly. Now they got a good system. 1 week you get a patch update, and then the other week you get an actual update blog post, right? So they got a good system going. They're slowly refining stuff. I would like to see, and I'm sure I'm not on this alone. Again, you guys let us know in the messages, but I would like to see them just showing that they got the confidence to give us a timeline again. I understand why they stayed away from timelines in the past, but the more they develop as a company, as soon as I get a timeline from them, even if it's a whole kind of like they did with Patch 13, maybe March, maybe April, we'll see. That was a good sign as far as time frame from them. I just want to see that again.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of sign of faith that you got your shit together, which I don't doubt that I don't think they don't. But not giving those timelines has set a perception in the past. And I think as much as they're maturing as a company, they should start tackling some of those stigmas that they have against them slowly but surely, a little bit at a time.
No, I got you. Let's quickly go through this real quick. Let's see what we got. Let's kind of get an idea of how many people we have left. We've seen Murdock. Have we seen Decker? I don't remember a Decker skin.
I don't think we've officially seen Decker.
All right,
I don't think so.
We've seen Narbash, so that's one that we have yet seen. Right, let's keep that going. So we've seen Narbash, we've seen Bellica, we've seen Boris, we've seen Richter. I'm coming this way. We've seen Boris, we've seen Richter. Have we seen Grux?
No.
No,
Wait,
we have seen.
No,
Grux.
you did. We did. It was recent. It was recent.
He's got the mustache eyebrows. Grim. Have we seen Grim?
I can't recall that one.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I would have to sit here and go through the patches and remember which one they give out. I just know we're about 3/4 of the way going.
It's gonna be a rough estimate, right? And it's fine. So you can't recall. We'll go with that. We'll say no, we haven't seen that one. So that's Grim. Have we seen Sparrow? I don't think we've seen Sparrow yet.
Nope, not Sparrow.
All right. Greystone. Have we seen Greystone?
Nope. We know that the human-like characters, they made a interesting decision to keep their natural skin tone on the human-like characters. So you see like Murdock with his natural skin tone, Twin Blast with his natural skin tone. I don't know what Sparrow and Greystone are going to look like. Yeah, Twin Blast had one. I don't know what Sparrow and Greystone are going to look like, but maybe they're keeping those for later on. Yeah. As far as skin tones are concerned, maybe they're leaving the humanoid ones for later because, you know, alien type of characters look cooler, maybe.
Muriel did have one.
We've seen Steel, we've seen Severog, we've seen Muriel, we've seen Twin Blast, Morgesh. We've seen Morgesh.
We saw Morgesh, yep.
Yep. Quang, have we seen Quang?
Yes. Yes, his entire blade was not the color the hilt was, remember?
You're right, yep. So we've seen Quang. Have we seen Chimera? We just now, my bad. Just now, Chimera. My bad.
We just did, bro.
Gideon?
5 minutes ago. No Gideon.
So 6 for Gideon. All right. Kaliri, we've seen Kaliri. How about Countess? Have we seen Countess?
Negative.
So 7 for Countess. Have we seen Gadget?
Nope.
So that's 8. That's roughly 8 because we only had one question on one. The rest.
Grim was on there. I just seen him.
Oh, we Grim. So 7. So all right, you had so the Grim was.
So I was on point.
Yeah,
it was 7.
Like 7 of them left.
Yep.
All right.
So we have 7 left out of 21. So we literally have 2/3. Right? Is that right? Bad math? Good math?
Yeah, that works.
Yep. So we have 2/3 of them done. Right? That's 66% of the way. If we're only 66% of the way to the 14, get me out.
Oh, bro, could you imagine? Don't you even say that, bro.
Well, here's the thing. Here's how I know we're not 66%. Because if we go back to whatever update it was, it's probably 4 updates.
If they would have kept up with a weekly basis, it would have changed.
Right. Well, that and the Decker image they released when she was doing her little computer thing, they said the AI system was like 75% done. So they already said we're past 65 or 66%, right? In that regards.
Okay, that's a good little hint that I didn't even notice. So 75% done to AI or to patch 14?
Well,
it would be the
AI
question,
system.
right?
It says to AI system, right? But I know that's like one of the big things they're working on. Like, so I mean, let me ask you, AI system, right? Working on that, getting that worked out, all the bugs worked out of that. Do you think that is easier or harder for or compared to mastery system getting the skins out there?
No, bro, I'm pretty sure they did all these mastery skins in less than a month. I'm sure these have been literally just sitting in a file,
right?
Because it was literally just a little bit of designing, recolor 3 different times, and then bet this one's done. I did this shit before lunch. I don't know, I'm exaggerating, right? But I really think all these mastery skins are already done. I think they're probably just finishing up the mastery system if it's not finished already. And I just really think they're just at this point teasing. But again, the reason why I brought it up is because I'm not, like, I know they realize the expectation that they've set by doing one master skin every 2 weeks now. I just wanted to bring it up to their attention. It's like, hey, we might want to start tackling that little stigma and start, hey, next week, next bi-weekly update, show 2 mastery skins. Kind of defeat the whole, hey, we're getting closer. We're showing you 2 now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just worth mentioning.
And it is worth mentioning because the fact that like we literally have, besides the fact that we're reading this blog post, which I mean, I don't want to be the guy that says it, but it literally is rinse and repeat of the last blog post. 14's coming, where and with 14 you're
I didn't even notice that
AI mastery system, and you're getting the AI and mastery system. Next blog post,
and skin teaser
coming. You're getting
and item teaser, excuse me. Item teaser, mastery teaser, and then a new screen. So it basically is like the last 2 weeks, even though it is new stuff being shown. What I do like the most is just them explaining it, quite frankly. I know it's weird, but the first couple paragraphs is what I like the most.
No, I mean, and there is things in there, like I said earlier, the advertising. They've never talked about advertising, about actually, doing advertisement for it, right?
Like it's putting work into the advertising. Yeah, usually they've steer away from that subject.
Yep. So the fact that they even brought that up, that's new, right? But like if we go through and we filter out all the new things out of this, it's going to look smaller than that patch that we literally just went over. And that was a pretty small patch.
That's harsh. You're not wrong. But yeah. So I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, we've had conversations about the game getting stale. I'm not one to ever tell you the game gets stale. I can sit here and play this game and have a blast with it, right? And I know I'm in the minority with that. But I'm at the point to where like something new needs to happen. Yeah, like something new needs to happen. Like we need something soon. Like even if you're not gonna drop 14, fuck, give us a hero.
Yeah.
I'm at that point, like something. You gotta give us something,
desperation.
Yeah, like and if you guess what? If you drop a hero before 14, that gives you X amount of weeks, probably 2 weeks, because you drop a patch and then a week and then a drop another patch, right? So you gives you 2 weeks of that hero to give another balance to that hero.
How would you guys feel if they gave the community not necessarily something as big as a hero, but imagine they added more avatars or they added a couple new wards or stuff like that in the meantime?
Give me something.
So you don't think an item or two, excuse me, every
No.
2 weeks is enough?
No.
I'm an ADC main. Okay, go back and find me an item that they've dropped that helps me out as an ADC main.
Go back to where you see me coming back to this game for one item. In my opinion, one item isn't enough to.
We now potentially have one that we, and again, the way them dropping these, like, all right, they gave us the last update, right? They gave us 4 pictures. They only gave us 2 of those items, right? And then the next patch they dropped the other 2 items, right?
True.
So there's a potential of this gun being an ADC item. It might not even be this next patch. I might have to wait a month for this to get this.
That's true, because they showed it 4. They might split that up into 2 different updates.
No, I am not. Nothing about any of these items you keep adding does anything for me.
I have an off-topic question.
What's up?
Have you been controlling all of this with your steering wheel?
No, bro.
Because I seen him turn it a couple times. I was gonna wait till towards the end of this. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just ask.
He's been steering this panel the whole time.
Hey, man, I've been steering it, but I've been eating. This moving is just a coincidence. I was playing some Forza before this. I'm sorry. I was just like, I'm not taking it off. It's gonna stay there for the video.
Formula One driver now.
Right.
One day.
So Bearded, I told him if he buys that steering wheel, I will buy the steering wheel and buy the next Forza game with him. He was not supposed to buy it this fast. That's almost how much.
I don't
almost
think
like
you were
$300 steering wheel, and
I
told
don't
him
think you were there for the stream. You were there for the stream. Yep.
I told him I'll buy it after the Mrs. birthday. The Mrs. birthday was yesterday. So I need like a paycheck and a half.
It's now after. It's now after. You said after. It is now technically after the Mrs. birthday.
Man up to your word.
Show me the confirmation receipt that you bought it, because you said no. I don't think you were there for the stream where he was saying, I really want this, but I don't know if I can get it right now. Should I get it? I want it, but I don't know. I've been there off stream
saying that a lot. He told me.
So then you should have known if
he had like a full 20 steps.
All
he had to go through first.
No, all you did is push him over the edge. That's all you did. Oh, okay. Well, shit, I'm buying it then.
No. It was a lot pettier than that, to be honest. It was one of those things where I was like, I talked with my girl about it. I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna be wise. Then she made me mad one day. And I was like, you know what? Buy that wheel. Use my card. Send me the picture confirmation when you're done. That was it, basically. That's what ended up happening. But no, bro. As far as the update here, so we don't just go on a rant, right? So just to wrap up the update here, again, I like what I'm seeing. I like that they're showing more confidence talking about advertising and such, right? Yes. I enjoy that. I even like that they even tag their Twitter and their Discord in here, and they're like, hey, let us know what you think about this screen on Twitter and Discord. Trying to get a little bit more of a social media push, maybe even natural advertising made by the community, talking about the picture, get some buzz going, so that when they start advertising, they already got something to work off of. So there's a lot of things that I like, right? I would definitely just say, I just want to see obviously everybody wants to see the patch. I just want to see a little bit more confidence as far as grabbing the bull by the horn and, using those stigmas in the past that, Strange Matters has been kind of put at fault for, no pun intended, with the whole like, hey, no giving deadlines, etc. And just kind of I want them to just be more forward about that.
Right.
Take control of that and be like, hey, we used to not set deadlines. How's this? We'll give you 2 deadlines. Patch 14, this amount of time. pre-release this amount of time, and giving themselves a safety net, kind of like what they did for patch 13. They're like, hey, worst comes to worst, April. That was better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to see a little bit more of a, what's the word I want to use? A little bit more of a, like, we got this sort of attitude, which they're starting to kind of,
confidence.
yeah, like they're starting to kind of like tippy toe in that direction. I just want them to take a large step in that direction and be like, hey, we know what the fuck we're doing. We're
Right.
Strange Matters. Here's what's next. But
Yeah,
not more coming soon.
Have a little swag with what you got going on, because you own up. No, not own up.
They've done a lot of hard work.
Yeah, they've done a great.
They've
doing a great
busted their
job.
ass for a while, bro.
Take advantage, right? That's what. Use your fucking swag out with your whole. Hey, we're the only Paragon Parazombie right now that is playable to everyone. Come hang out. Fucking swag out with, like, use that. Like, you take advantage of it. Let's go. Do something. Make those steps and do what you got to do. Like, we're there. We have that ability. Like, this game is great. I've played 2 of the 3, right? And when the other one finally comes to Steam, I don't know, 2025, I'll play that one too. But this game, when it comes to game mechanics, like how the game plays, I prefer this one still. The other one feels very smooth and it's a great game, but this one, it's got the game down. It just needs to work on some other things and take advantage of it.
The word I would use is, if I had to choose one word that I wish would change, it'd probably be execution. I'm not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer by any means. I would never say this game is awful or anything. It's for me, it's really hard to keep me in this seat and playing it over and over again. I'll play a game every now and then, but yeah, I just need to see execution to keep me locked in. That's pretty much it.
Which patch 14 is a lot of that. It's just more of, when are we going to get there? I think it's, of course, the question everybody's asking. Now, a little interesting fact. I don't know if you guys knew this, but a few hours ago, before we decided to do this video, I literally posted on YouTube, literally just the word fault, ? And then the options were, A, I would play this right now. B, it's not for me, boss. C, only when it's free to play. 59% said I would play this right now. 20% said it's not for me, which is, it's going to happen, whatever.
Right, yeah.
And then 22% said only when it's free to play.
Hey, that's 81%.
Yeah, like about 80.
80,
like about 80.
Yeah.
Ironically, that
they're gonna play.
Those numbers literally add up to like 101%. So I don't know why those percentages are like that. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm assuming it's rounding, right? But yeah, I mean that's literally almost saying like what, 4 out of every 5 people would be down to play this game if they aren't already. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just all about, I think, like what Mena said here, execution. And if we know that they're going to execute, and hell, let's just even give them benefit of the doubt. Let's say that they execute it properly. But I do think timing is a key part of execution.
Right.
It's not just the fact that you did it. It's when did you do it, and how consistently did you do stuff. You feel me?
It's almost like they should have done patch 14 mastery system, patch 15 AI system. Like,
I would have been okay with that, to be honest.
This is the way that this is being dragged out, in my opinion. Like, because this is the only. So we're at.
When did patch 13 come out? Do you remember the day?
No.
I can find that.
Yeah, let him find. So patch 13 is the only patch out of all of the patches, to my knowledge. I could be wrong, and if someone wants to correct me, let me know in the comments down below. is the only patch that I know of that the secondary or the tertiary number, right? So patch 13 is the secondary number, right? Your 0.13.11, right? So your primary number is you're going to be full release number, right? Your secondary number is 13. The tertiary number, patch 13 is the only tertiary number that has went into double digits.
That's a good point and worth piggybacking off of. You got to be mindful. I think like the patch 13 came out like around what, late March was it? Or was it early April?
Late April.
Late April. Okay. So we've now gone, math is hard, almost 5 months.
5 months. Yeah, 5-6 months now.
In the same state of the game, just minor updates being done. That's almost half a year, guys.
Yeah.
Like a lot of games. And again, this is just what we're used to with the gaming ecosystem or whatever, but a lot of games change their shit every season, every 3 months. They have major updates. And even Fault in the past had little things like Halloween event, Christmas event that helped kind of change up the mode. It looked like something drastic, some major thing without even officially changing too much, right? It's the fact that we didn't do that. I would have loved to have some sort of summer event in the meantime.
Right.
Summer's already over, sadly. But I think that was a missed opportunity, quite frankly.
It's football season, so it's not too sad. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Hey, man, you don't got to be playing the game on a Sunday, okay?
Saturday, college football, buddy. Saturdays.
Jesus.
Saturdays.
Somebody get me a lighter. But not. My thing
on
is,
the lighter side.
I can't with him. Get me out.
Stop him.
Jesus Christ. But no. Speaking of, I really, really hope that they do Halloween and Christmas. I hope so. Last year, Halloween reskin map and Christmas reskin map were my favorite moments in Fall.
I think
Asides
Christmas
new
is
characters
possible.
and everything.
I think Christmas is possible. I think Halloween's stretching it. Because look where we're at now. Right? We're in we could pretty much say we're in the middle of September, right? I mean, depending on how you want to look at it, right? So the next month is already October. You can't give us a Halloween map 1 week of October, the last week of October. I mean, I guess if you want to do that, that's not going to be the best idea. You know,
I wouldn't. To make sure that it's either an official event or no event.
Right. So
which granted, it doesn't take a lot for it to be an official event. Because again,
no,
like a quick little reskin or a theme.
Unless it drops with 14. And I don't think they're doing it. I think they're literally working on AI system and mastery system. I don't think they're working on a Halloween event as well. I don't think if you look at this blog post, patch 14 event, I don't think that means Halloween.
I'll be real with you. I doubt it. I think it's going to be totally separate.
I think it's going to be its own little thing. It's going to be own little whatever you want to Twitch drops, whatever. I don't know. I have no clue what it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be Halloween. And I think by the time we finally get 14, it's going to be too late to implement a Halloween.
It's possible.
Event.
It's possible.
So I'm just saying to all the viewers out there, don't get your hopes up for a Halloween event.
True.
But it's potential for a winter event, for a Christmas something going on, like we did last year with Winter Veil.
Now it would be cool if they then doubled down on a Winter Veil event, a Christmas event. Like go even more ham, even more Christmas decorations on the map, for example.
Right.
Like double down. You know what? We're gonna make new Christmas skins by Strange Matters. Something, even though that one's probably a stretch, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, like, that's like, so maybe this Christmas, like you said, that one's kind of a stretch, right? But let's look at this long game, right? Let's look at full release, Now we're in where we're at. We're doing what we're doing. Can you imagine though, 2 Christmases from now, an actual like, holy shit, this is some fucking Strange Matter fucking skins going on right now. I can't wait to unlock that. I can't wait to play that. You know, that's gonna be great. Like we do, like, again, we are kind of hitting them kind of hard right now with reality, but it's reality and it is what it is.
Bro, we got teased skins 6-7 months ago.
Yeah,
We're thinking, oh, maybe it's a Howie skin, maybe it's this type of skin, maybe it's a Greystone skin. We got so many.
The panda.
The panda got teased. We saw
Right.
that
But you're talking
Severog
about that, like,
Vacation is
white.
done.
right. You're talking about that white, the white and blue skin.
Yeah,
that we
the
don't-
white and
we
blue
don't-
armor,
Is it a skin? Is it armor? Or what is it? Is it Orb Prime? You know, we don't know what it is. It has nothing has been confirmed about it, but we got teased that fucking forever ago.
That's what I'm saying. They teased it for like a month
And-
straight, and then nothing else, no words.
Yep.
So you get me? Like, I love the skin teasing, but I really feel like they easily could have just dropped at least one skin by now if they really
glad
wanted to.
I'm glad you brought it up here, because now we've been known with the partner panel that if we bring things up like the smite swords, that all of a sudden they'll come back to life when we bring it back up. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, I'm so glad stream couldn't see that, bro. I am so glad.
Choked on your purple drink.
Hey man, you leave me alone. As far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, there's no evidence, all right?
for those of you who don't know, who's wondering why I'm laughing hysterically, I just made Windu pretty much spit up his drink with my comment. So yeah, but yeah, I mean we've done that. We've spoke things into existence here. You've talked about the jungle items, and all of a sudden, bam, here they are. I've talked about the anime, like, hey, we changed things and we knew nothing about it, and all of a sudden, like, oh, next update here, these are the things we changed. You know, I've talked that into existence. So maybe bringing back up the whole whatever that was, you know, armor or something or whatever it may be, maybe we'll get something more about it, because it literally went nowhere afterwards. And people do talk about it in Gen Chat. People kind of like, hey, what about that thing we saw forever ago?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, and I guess that's also partially what I mean by I want them to, like, just, I keep on wanting to say own up, but I don't mean no. I want them to, like, take a foot forward and grab stuff from the past that maybe is even being held against them and try and turn those into positives, like the fact that they teased a skin half a year ago and they never said anything about it again. That's not a good look. That's a very confusing thing to do.
Yeah,
maybe like
100%.
I personally think it's one of those things that if you're going to tease it, bro, don't go more than 30 days without talking about it again. Personally,
if it's not ready, don't tease it.
Very true.
That's how I'm at. If it's not ready, don't tease it. Because even in my line of work, what I do, right? I had it happen today. Like, I was ready. I was thinking, hey, I'm going to be done with this job, no time. And then something happened. I didn't tell the customer, hey, I'll be done in 5 minutes or whatever, but I thought I was going to be done in 5 minutes, and then something happened. I was there for another 3 hours. Right? So it just sucks. Right? But I didn't tease it. I didn't tell the customer, hey, I'll be done in 5 minutes. You'll have the system. It's back to you. You know? So if it's not ready, don't tease it. Like, if you don't already have whatever you teased us done and ready to go, then don't be showing it to us. Show it to us when hey, maybe we're not ready to implement it because of whatever reason. Like the mastery skins. I think the mastery, I agree with
I'll
you.
be real. I
mastery
think they just
skins are
forgot.
done. I think the mastery skins are done. That's where I'm at. I literally agree with you. I think they're done. So we can be teasing those. Hey, whenever we do drop this patch, don't worry about that. These are good to go. We got other things
but
we're working on.
Mastery skins is a little different because that's constant teasing. I'm okay with that. They haven't stopped.
Right.
And even if they didn't
No.
show one week, the next one they showed. They didn't go more than 30 days without talking about masteries because it's a constant thing, right? Like the fact that we brought up, hey, didn't you tease jungle items back in like September, and then didn't say shit, and then they brought them up and put them into the game? It's just like I want them to just like have this little checklist and be like, hey, this is what we're teasing. Let's keep talking about this or get it out of the way, because we already talked. Now it's out there, right?
Right.
I don't think anything should be teased, and 6 months later you still have no idea what the fuck it is or when it's coming to the game, or you get me? Like
the same thing can be
and that
said,
goes to the execution thing that Menace was saying.
Yeah, and the same thing can be said with that Gadget and Decker picture. We literally went with the whole tease. Hey, what's in this picture? Crickets.
Very much so.
And I know for that picture they wanted the community to talk to each other, buzz gets going, etc. But if you don't keep bringing it back up, it's like everything else. People are going to talk about it maybe for a week, and then the conversations change.
But then they brought it back up.
Yeah, they brought back the whole picture.
They brought back the whole picture saying, hey, don't forget about this. And then nothing. Give us something. Shit. Maybe give us another little teaser of whatever you're already trying to tease. Like, hey, maybe, because guess what? My kids, I can give them a hint. They're not going to understand right away. But if I give them a second hint, maybe they still don't understand, but they're grasping. Like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's this.
You could ask them next month if they remember the first hint, and your kids are going to be like, what?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Give the community another hint. It doesn't have to be obvious. Give them something that we can okay, because whatever that picture is, something on there is obvious. Something on there is not obvious. So the not obvious thing, give them something else that kind of like, okay, oh, that's what they're doing. I get it. Something, but we got nothing.
Yeah, so I mean, we can officially wrap this up because it's getting a little bit on the longer side. But I want to thank Menace for coming out. Menace, you got anything you want to say?
No, man. Just looking forward to the future still, staying patient. Just that one word I said earlier, execute. Waiting for it. So I know a lot of people are. I know you guys are. So
yeah, because and I'm glad we got you on here because, again, you represent a good portion of the community that still supports the game, still wants it to succeed, but you haven't seen enough for you to officially come back at full capacity. You might try it every once in a while, but that doesn't mean it's reeled you back in, so to speak, right? And I genuinely think that that's Strange Matter's biggest struggle with the existing community. And I'm curious to see how exactly they handle everything. And then I'm curious to see how patch 14 and moving towards full release, how they're going to handle that. Because again, we've seen them grow as a company with limited clientele.
Yes.
How are they going to grow, behave, react, and adapt when the floodgates open? That's going to be important. That's a lot of people are going to be looking at that. And I wish them the best of luck. We're all going to be in it for the ride, but very curious on that.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. Stay
all
strong.